This is Scott Spears, and a big extravaganza for Classic Championship Wrestling will be coming up this Saturday, February the 8th, with a 7 p.m. start time at the Steve Hogg Rec Center, located at 775 North Main Street here in Marion. It's going to be epic. It is Valentine Violence, the night after the Winter Olympics start in Russia. And because of that, we have a spectacular main event. Actually, we have a double main event I want to talk about for this event. One half of the double main event is Bobo Brazil Jr., the legendary son of a legend, son of Bobo Brazil, facing another great second-generation wrestler, Greg the Hammer Valentine, son of the late, great Johnny Valentine, in a match for the AWA United States Supreme title. Ox Baker, of course, in the corner of Greg the Hammer Valentine. Then the other half of that big double main event, it is fitting with the Olympics this year in Russia starting the night before. It is a flag match. Russia versus the United States. Representing Russia on this night will be the big 6'9", 350-pound Russian brute, reuniting with his manager of well over, it's been 30 years since they've been together, Ox Baker. In the opposite corner, representing America, probably the most famous Russian wrestler in the history of professional wrestling, Nikolai Volkoff. In Nikolai's corner to keep Ox at bay, Bobo Brazil Jr. Special guest referee for this match, Big Satch Sullinger, Ohio State legend, author, he's done it all, won awards for coaching. He'll be the special referee this night. And per our commissioner's edict, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, the last recognized AWA World Heavyweight Champion, if the Brute should defeat Nikolai in this match, and the Russian flag is flown, Larry Zbyszko, who still holds the AWA World title, the actual belt in his possession, will hand that over to Ox Baker and the Russian Brute on this night. So much riding on this match, we decided a few days before to catch up with one of the participants. He's a Hall of Famer, there's no doubt about it. As I said, the most recognized Russian wrestler in the history of professional wrestling, representing America on this night, February the 8th. Nikolai Volkoff. Nikolai, how are you?
Good, thank you very much. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Nikolai, you were in Marion in November. You're coming back here in February, and boy, you are the main event without question against the Russian Brute. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel very good. Not because I have to wrestle Brute, but because I've been working out and I'm in good shape, and then I'd like to say that Bruce was one time my friend because he was Russian, but I don't know what happened to him. He still thinks that Russia is the biggest, the strongest, and the best country in the world. If that's the truth, I mean, ask him just a simple question. Why don't you go back? Yeah, but that's another story. Well, anyway, it's going to be old school wrestling. That means it's not orchestrated and directed by any writers or storyteller, but two professional wrestlers who go in a ring and fight each other the best they know how. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, Brute. This time, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you what the wrestling is all about. You have two chances to win this match. That is slim and none.
Nikolai, very strong words. I have to bring this up, though, and I've been asked this several times since this match has been signed. On this night, you'll be representing America. Certainly, in many flag matches, you have represented Russia. As I said, probably the most well-known Russian wrestler in the history of professional wrestling. Why now, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, do you align yourself with America?
Because I escaped from Russia. And I escaped because I didn't like the system, and many people don't know, some people do know. My grandfather was a world champion a long, long time ago, and he was killed by first communists. And for that reason, I always want to get out from Russia, and I have a chance to get out. And when I get out now, I'm happy to be in a free world and free country, and I love American people. My kids are American, my wife is American, and I am 100% American now.
What does it mean to have this match on Saturday, February the 8th, the day after the Winter Olympics start in Russia, with so much going on right now, Russia and America for the first time in a long time not really being on the best of terms as this Olympics is going on? So much will be counting on this match.
But, politicians cannot get together in one country. What do you expect them to be together in two different countries? Different views. I don't like politics, but I love wrestling. So when I go ring, I just go wrestle.
In that corner here tonight, Nikolai, you've got the son of a legend, Bobo Brazil Jr. How long have you known Bobo?
Oh, my God. I know Bobo. I met Bobo first time when I first came in this country, that was 1970. And he almost killed me. Because he said, Nikolai here, he was chewing tobacco. I never saw chewing tobacco in my life. And I'm allergic to tobacco, cigarette smoke. And I thought it was raisin, so I took chewing tobacco, put it in my mouth and swallow. And I was sick. I couldn't throw up. But I didn't want to tell him. I was kind of embarrassed. I didn't know what the heck it is. That's why I find out the American chewing tobacco. Back in Russia, nobody ever chewed tobacco. I never saw chewing tobacco. That was the first time I saw chewing tobacco, and the first time I tasted.
To have his son in your corner, that must be a special event. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
He was one of the nicest men you can find in the professional wrestling. Always gentleman, everybody loved him. I never hear anybody say anything bad about him. And I hope his son will probably be the same. So it'll be very interesting. I'm glad to come to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, on the opposite side here, Nikolai, it's kind of an interesting thing as well. As the Russian Brute, you can tell he really wants to win this encounter because he's reunited with a man he has not been with for 30 years in the Russian Brute's corner, will be a legend, Ox Baker.
Oh, yeah, Ox Baker. I remember Ox Baker from Canada. We used to call him Ox Baker the Troublemaker. But that was a long time ago, and I have only one thing in my mind is just go in the ring, do my best, and beat Bruce.
Do you worry about a guy like Ox Baker on the floor? Because you know he's going to be up to some devious tactics.
Yeah, well, Baker, one time he was a great wrestler, but now now his time passed and everything else. Him and Bruce, I know they're good friends, and I believe he could try to help Bruce, but I have a young guy in my corner, and he could take care of Ox Baker.
If Ox should try to get involved, what might happen to him?
Well, I have to hit him. And then it's going to be 4 ways. Bob Junior, I will not stand there by himself either. So I think it's going to be a great match.
Oh, it absolutely should be. Nikolai, one other thing. We have a special guest referee in this match, an Ohio State legend, author, college basketball coach, won many awards. Satch Solinger, does that affect anything, not having a seasoned referee in the match?
Not much. No, not much. This guy's a good man. He was a professional, he was a good athlete. And when you have all the credentials, I have no worries.
And the only other thing here, Nikolai, we just found out recently that not only will this be a flag match, but the last AWA World Champion, the last recognized heavyweight champion, Larry Zbyszko, the living legend, is bringing that gold that night and has told Ox Baker, because Ox has always wanted a piece of this, that if Brute should beat you, he will hand that title over to Ox Baker that night. So even more on your shoulders, Nikolai.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's going to be that's something to think about. But I make my mind, and when I make my mind, I work hard. I work out every day, and I know I'm in better shape than Brute. And but you never know what will happen. Something you can fall down and break your foot. But I believe we'll go around, come around. That's why I always believe in good things, and I believe it'll be okay.
So you feel on the night of February the 8th, just a few short days away, a few short hours, that at the end of the night, you will be standing there waving Old Glory in this epic flag battle?
Yes. I can see a picture now.
I tell you what, it's going to be an epic event, Nikolai, and we certainly are glad to have you on the card. Again, for all the fans, it's Valentine Violence, Saturday night, February the 8th, 7 p.m. start time at the Steve Hogg Rec Center, located at 775 North Main Street. Remember that big flag match, Nikolai Volkoff versus the Russian Brute, Ox Baker, Bobo Brazil Jr. on the floor, Big Satch Sullinger the referee. The other half of the double main event, Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Bobo Brazil Jr. for the AWA Supreme United States Championship. All kinds of other great guys on the card. You've got Uncle Hogg, Mr. 90210, GDT, Outlaw Jack Hansen, Percival A. Friend will be there managing people that night, and of course serving as commissioner, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko, also doing commentary that night. So it's going to be a gigantic night from beginning to end. You can get your tickets by going to U.S. Gold, 1207 Mount Vernon Avenue here in Marion. Tickets are $8 a pop, and you won't want to miss seeing Nikolai. Nikolai, thank you so much, and good luck Saturday.
Thank you very much. Just be there.